Hey there out there in listening land. They can view us now. It's Cinemadness at home. I'm Adam here with Allison as always and Roman as sometimes.
Hey guys, how's it going?
I don't think they can answer. Oh, you're talking about us.
Yeah. You know what? We are constantly overachievers on the show. You know how we're supposed to keep 6 feet away from each other? We're actually keeping 12 miles in some cases. Stop.
I'm
No.
jumping for joy.
Oh, are you? Okay, nice. Well, it's great seeing everybody, seriously and literally. For those of you who don't know us, we are Cinemadness, the podcast, and we're doing a video update, and we're going to do a little show for you, just talking a little bit of movies. Is that right, Senora Allison?
Senor Alison?
Senora.
Oh, yes, that's right.
Okay, excellent. So before we get started, why don't we go around the room? What have we been doing since we last caught up? I'm going to go with Ms. Allison first, and then Mr. Adam.
Of course.
Ooh, yes. Well, let's see. I've been doing a whole lot of nothing because I no longer have a job.
You're furloughed.
I'm furloughed, and if you don't know what that means that you still have a job, but you're not getting paid. So my days consist of fighting with the wonderful unemployment website because I haven't gotten paid in almost a month, and teaching kindergarten.
Okay.
My life now.
You're a professional teacher now.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
Well, thank you for all you do, teachers. Sincerely, they're awesome.
Yeah, I can tell you, I'm so glad that he's just in kindergarten because I couldn't do any higher than 5th grade. Like, this is ridiculous. And he's in like a pretty excelled class of kindergarten, I guess. Like, we usually do like 4 hours a day of school, which is like absurd to me for kindergarten, but I don't know. It's very, very tiring. So I give mad respect to stay-at-home mothers and homeschoolers and teachers.
Okay.
All right.
Excellent. Adam.
That's me.
How about you, my friend?
I am basically a full-time Uber Eats driver now. I'm out there in the mess. I just started doing Instacart too, so I go shopping for people. So that's all I'm doing. That and watching movies.
I was going to ask, what is Instacart? So you kind of defined it, but is there anything more besides just shopping for people?
No, it's you go to grocery stores and you fulfill their orders and then you drop it off on their doorstep.
So
it's very lucrative right now because nobody wants to go to the grocery store.
Yeah. I go through the grocery store and it kind of reminds me of scenes from like Mad Max Welcome to Thunderdome where I'm just expecting Master Blaster to confront me.
Yeah.
That's basically the environment, at least from my perspective. Yeah.
What are you up to, Roman?
Well, thank you, Adam. What I'm currently up to is I have not been furloughed. Thank you very much to my employer. I think they just kind of forget about me circa the guy Melvin from Office Space. I think they just kind of forget about me.
Milton?
Milton, thank you. It's good to know even
If you're still playing Roman's Wrong Bingo.
pretty much. Yeah. It's good to forget about me, and I'm still employed, thankfully, because my jokes aren't that good to do stand-up comedy, as you guys can hear. But my wife is working home with me.
My wife.
Yeah, so we have a good understanding. When she started working home, I let her know the ground rules to the refrigerator. Hey, I marked everything in that's mine with an X, and everything else is your newbie. Okay, fish? Just saying. I laid down the ground rules. I've been sleeping on the couch for 3 weeks. Thank you.
Yeah.
So, speaking of the couch, why don't we jump the couch circa Tom Cruise and step into some movie reviews, get some excitement going on here. Let's go ahead and jump into some movie reviews. I know we've all seen some movies, so I'm thinking, why don't we go with Miss Allison first, and then good-looking guy over here wearing the burgundy shirt, and then the studly Adam third. I believe Allison's going to be covering The Hunt.
Yeah, The Hunt.
Yeah.
Oh man, that feels like it was like ages ago.
It was.
So that was the first movie that I actually bought, like on that Fandango Now thing where you can watch movies that were supposed to be in the theater at home.
You rented for $20.
Huh?
You rented it for $20.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I got a discount because you know me. So it was 18 and it killed me to pay $18 for a movie that I could only have for 48 hours, but I did it, whatever. I know we talked about this movie like a long time ago. It was originally supposed to come out like a year ago, and everybody was like so up in arms about, the concept of the movie that Universal or whoever, it wasn't Blumhouse, was it?
No, it was Universal. Yeah.
Okay. They decided to shelve it for a while. And then they brought it back out in theaters, but it just so happens it was like, 2 weeks before, this pandemic came through and everything shut down. So, I was excited to watch it and it was fun. They just tried too hard. And I know all three of us have seen it. It had a lot of gore that I really liked, but it tried too hard to shove that political stuff down my throat. It was just too much for me.
I think it was trying to be more tongue-in-cheek than serious, but it didn't come off that way.
Yeah, I wanted it to be a serious horror, almost, I don't know, almost like a Hostel movie, like the torture porn movie. I wanted them to hunt these people and kill them, and I wanted it to be gory, and I wanted it to be really violent and cool, and it wasn't. I was just, and again, it was fun, and I was happy that I rented it, but everything was just so tongue-in-cheek and so over the top that it was just oh, come on, it's borderline cheesy. And that's what I told Adam before he watched it. It's borderline cheesy.
It was a silly movie. It was
yeah.
They tried to throw in a lot of the jokes of the social commentary going on right now, and they didn't land. And
some of them did, and some of them didn't.
The whole non-documented thing, that was stupid. The actors, the crisis actors, that was stupid.
Can you explain a little bit more for those who haven't seen the film?
I don't want to. I want people to actually see it to understand what I'm talking about.
Okay.
There was some good gore, really good gore, like the grenade part and a lot of the eviscerations and stuff. That was really good. That was very horror related, but
the end, the big fight at the end was good.
Yeah.
I liked the little story they told, and again, we can't say anything because it'll mess up the ending of the movie, but that part was good. And like you said, the gore was on point. When I see something blow up and I'm yeah, that's good, but it wasn't what I had initially signed up for. I thought it was going to be a little bit more serious than it was.
Yeah.
I think that's why Roman liked it.
I thought it was a lot of fun. Completely opposite of what you guys felt. I was going to the film expecting some sort of propaganda, one way or another. I was expecting some sort of propaganda-esque type film that was really pushing a political agenda. And I got an intelligent film that made me think. I got fantastic action scenes. I got to see people die very quickly. It had that Hitchcockian effect where you think, hey, this is going to be the lead actor or actress, and that person unfortunately didn't hang out too long. And I liked the homages or the references to Animal Farm, which are throughout the film. I liked the overall theme that I felt is to think before you act. Look at all the facts before you act. And I think it's very ironic now looking at the overall theme of the film, which before the film even came out, people were protesting it and having some issues. And I thought there was a bit of irony with that because of the overall theme. So I was very, very happy by the film. My wife got ticked off because after the film, I wanted to watch it again because we had it for 48 hours. Now that I knew the end, because there was a particular scene with one of the guys where a radio voice is coming across and says, hey, did you off that certain person yet? Did you off the certain person?
Like Die Hard.
Yeah. And the guy's going, wait, no. Don't you see? They're trying to push against us. So after that scene, very soon after that scene, there's another scene that shows all the pictures of the people that are hunted. if you will. So I was trying to spot whether or not that person was indeed on the hunters or the hunties. So that to me is fun. I love these type of films which make me think, and I absolutely enjoyed it. It sounds like I got way more out of it than you guys, which is fine. But it was absolutely fun. I'm glad I got to see it when I did, because otherwise I probably would have had to wait until Redbox or a year later when it comes on fill in the blank streaming service. So
that's cool. Roman, what did you choose to see and review?
Well, seeing that we're talking about the animal farm, why don't we take the animals to the jungle and have a little bit of fun with the new addition to the Jumanji franchise. Jumanji Next Level. And what we've been doing is we had been prepping for our website, and we're going to get more into that soon. And I've been basically annoying my two favorite people here and pitching them ideas, in terms of what reviews to push into. And one of the things that I did is I pushed a review on Jumanji Next Level. Well, as soon as I wrote it, Alison chimed back, is like, oh, we definitely got to talk about this because I disagree with you. So I think it's going to be a good area to talk about. But the film itself took Jumanji Next Level is technically the third edition to the Jumanji franchise, or a sequel to the new version of Jumanji that came out a couple years ago with The Rock, Kevin Hart, and amongst other cast members. Jumanji Next Level.
Karen Gillan.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. The
Jack
woman
Black.
who normally,
I just said that.
you know, Jack Black. Hey. But so Jumanji Next Level took these characters that we knew them, and it kind of flipped the script a little bit. Me personally, I did not like the film all that much. I thought it was very jumbled. It was very confusing in terms of what they attempted to do, in my opinion. Of course.
Of course.
Yeah, of course. I thought it was very jumbled in terms of what they're trying to do. It just seemed unneeded and seemed very forced, in my opinion. There's a scene where The Rock is taking on a different character, and his variation of the character, where he's trying to do an old man accent, New York Jewish accent, didn't come across very good, in my opinion. It wasn't very funny. It created more eye rolls to me than anything else. I did like Kevin Hart's old man much more. I thought that was interesting, but the whole time I'm kind of watching my watch and going, okay, if we're going to do this, I would rather watch the first film of Jumanji, Welcome to the Jungle, as opposed to what I was seeing. It kind of picked up a little bit near the end once they sorted out the characters and got everybody in their right icon, if you will. But me personally, it was unneeded, it was misguided, and it was all over the place. So I personally did not like it. Alison, counterpoints, and then we'll go to Adam.
Well, Adam raised his hand.
Okay.
I just wanted to say that
I never recognized Adam to begin with, so let's not. No, go ahead.
I'm totally going Roman from the last review. Is as soon as it was over, I wanted to watch it again because I thought it was much more fun, entertaining, and a better movie than the last one.
Okay.
I thought both The Rock and Kevin Hart did great jobs doing Danny DeVito and Daniel Glover, and I don't know. I just thought it was a better movie, but I'll let Alison do a review.
Well, I'm not letting out the hook so quickly, man. What specifically did you like about it? You touch on, you thought Danny DeVito was portrayed better by The Rock, and Kevin Hart played a good Danny Glover.
Oh, absolutely. So it was great seeing The Rock just be an old man, and I don't know, maybe it's because I watched the features afterwards. On the second time I watched it, when I got it digitally, they talked about how they spent time with him and tried to like get their mannerisms and stuff. And I just really like the idea of them snapping in and out of character, especially Kevin Hart. I think he ran away with the movie, and so did Awkwafina as the main kid. And then switching to Danny DeVito. She was great. I had no idea who she was. I didn't know she was a rapper or anything, or a comedian. This is the first thing I've ever seen of her, so I really enjoyed.
I don't think she's a rapper.
Yeah, it's listed on her.
Oh, I just know that she's an actress. She was in Crazy Rich Asians and walked away with that movie.
Yeah.
She was really good in Jumanji.
Yeah.
I just had a really good time. I'm glad they brought everyone back, including the was it Nick Jonas
Mhm.
and Colin Hanks and everybody, and they set up a good fourth one or
Look at
fifth
that
one if
elbow.
you count Zathura.
I don't.
Okay, Jack Black does.
Actually, I've never seen Zathura all the way.
It was better than the original Jumanji, I think so.
Okay.
I didn't like the original Jumanji, the one with Robin
Aw.
Williams.
Well, real quick, you brought it up in terms of Zenthera. Why is Zenthera never counted as part of the Jumanji franchise when it just essentially is the same film, in my
It's the same
opinion?
film, and it's the book's written by the same author. I don't know why. I guess it's because it's space versus jungle.
But they don't play Jumanji. Isn't the game Zathura?
Yeah.
Okay, so probably that's why, because you're playing a different board game. Yeah, it might be the same. What is happening?
Oh no, just a hair
Carry on.
monster.
I mean, that would almost like be playing, I don't know. I'm trying to think of like a board game that has another game in the same family, but it's not the same.
Apples to Apples versus
Cards Against Humanity.
Cards Against Humanity. Right. Like, so that's why I wouldn't count it as part of Jumanji.
Jumanji. Who is Jumanji?
It was Jumanji. Oh my God, I love this movie so much. And that's why when he said he didn't like it, it literally like hurt me.
Yeah,
This
heartbreaking.
is going to be my chance to eventually, like not necessarily tonight in this episode, but eventually convince you like you did Adam and partially me for Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I've seen this movie 3 times. I adore it. I think it's better than the second Jumanji, or if you call it the first with this group. I love it. I loved that the normal or the same 4 people weren't in it. So I'm thinking, oh, how are they going to get these 4 kids to go back in again after they swore they wouldn't go? And I loved how the main stupid girl, I don't know what her name is, Brittany or whatever, one that Jack Black originally played in the first one.
Yeah.
I love how she wasn't really in the movie. And then when she did come back, she was the horse with Nick Jonas, and it wasn't the same characters. And like you said, Kevin, why do I get,
I don't know.
people.
Kevin Smith would destroy that movie.
He ran away with that movie. He was so good. And I think Rock did a good job because The Rock always acts exactly the same for me. Like, I don't think he's a great actor. He's like John Cena. He can be funny, but he acts the same in everything. This actually like kind of broadened his, what's grumpy old men? That's what you want to call Jumanji?
Oh.
How can you compare the two?
No, please continue. Yeah.
I don't know. I thought it was great. I thought that he was so funny and he sounded just like Danny DeVito, and even Danny DeVito was funny. And then I cried at the end, and I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm sorry you didn't like it. It's a shame.
I'm super happy that you both enjoyed it.
And I like that the mother showed up at the end of the movie in the diner.
Yeah.
The mother from the original Jumanji.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. That was her. Yeah. Yeah.
Old.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah, I enjoyed it, and I'm just happy to see certain people in this franchise act differently. Like The Rock, Karen Gillan. I mean, I adore Karen Gillan, but I'm sick of seeing her as Nebula. Like, I want to go back to like her normal acting where she's so good. And
Amy Pond. Amy Pond.
Yes, Amy Pond. I need my Karen Gillan back. And then Kevin.
Hard.
So, I mean, it was like completely A+ for me for this movie.
Oh, good.
We didn't rate The Hunt. I would have rated The Hunt B-.
I would have given it a C-.
Ooh.
Hunt for me was an A, solid A across the board. Great political commentary. I think it's very smart, and it really is needed with today's political climate. At least in the U.S., I can't speak for what's going on in the world with the world's political climate, but I think it's greatly needed. But getting back to Jumanji, I feel it was D-. I did not like it at all. I was waiting for it to be good, and unfortunately, the best parts of it were when it reminded me of Jumanji: Welcome to the Jungle. That's my opinion on the fact of the matter. But let's talk about a movie that gets to some of our more favorite qualities, a horror. I believe, Adam, you are going to be reviewing Black Christmas. I gave you my heart, and the very next day you gave it away.
Oh man, I meant to watch that movie too, and I never did. Last Christmas.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
gonna be
the
a
Paul
Redbox
Feig movie.
soon.
But anyway, Black Christmas. It's the second remake of the 1970s film. This was Black Christmas in name only. There was a killer, and it was in a sorority house, and that's the only connection to the original Black Christmas. They did use a plastic bag kill, which is a throwback. They used the original. They used the original font for the logo. And that's about it. There was a really good kill in the beginning of the movie, but the rest was and I hate saying this out loud because I'm just going to sound so horrible about it, but it's a big feminist propaganda movie, and they just throw it at you from the very beginning. It shows a girl inserting her diva cup for no reason.
Oh, that bothered me so much.
They had to throw in a "boys will be boys" thing. It was by the numbers. It was one of the worst things Blumhouse has produced, and I feel like I've become stupider from watching it. Luckily, it's only 92 minutes long.
Oof. So
this movie was so bad, so I rented it from Redbox, and first I let him get it. So I got two movies from Redbox, and I said, "Well, you get to watch Black Christmas." So
the one I really wanted to see, I never got to see.
Yeah, and it's still at my house. We didn't hang out. We did social distancing.
Wait! Don't bury a lead. What movie do you want to see that he hasn't seen?
Oh, Underwater, the Kristen Stewart submarine movie that looks like Alien. So I still have it. So we'll do that next week. But so I drove by and I just flew it out the window at him. And I said, "Here, you watch this movie." He's like,
See this mark? That's from the movie.
Wow.
Then I watched it last night.
So are you saying the movie made an impact on you, Adam, huh?
Oh, it did.
Oh my God. This movie was so bad that at the end of it, my PlayStation froze and just stopped it. And I'm like, even it knows that I shouldn't finish this movie.
Oh, no.
I called every single bit of the movie from beginning to end, and I just feel bad. I think Cary Elwes wanted a boat or something, or he had a bill to pay off to make.
Yeah, he did. I saw Cary Elwes and I'm like, ooh, Cary Elwes. And he just needed some money. I mean, this was just beyond bad.
He owed somebody a favor, probably. Okay,
yeah. So I give it an absolute F.
Wow.
Yeah.
I think that's your first F on the. I really do.
Yeah, it had one good kill, and the PG-13 really showed. Like when they were about to reveal some sort of gore effect, they quickly cut away from it.
Okay. All right. Alison, ma'am.
Oh yeah, total F. I would rather see I Know What You Did Last Summer 2, like the second one, like in another language or like with mimes or something. I'd rather see that. It was horrible.
You would see the Mormon cut.
I thought Truth or Dare was bad. The Mormon cut. I thought Truth or Dare was bad by Blumhouse from like 2 years ago. No. It was bad.
So we got 10 minutes. Let's talk about what's coming up.
Wow, this went fast.
Yeah, it really did. Real quick, I wanted to say. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, there you go. Yes. Anyways, all right. Yeah. Otherwise, for those of you who are big fans of Final Destination, this might mean that I'm dead. Perhaps,
Or The Omen.
The Man with Hooks, yeah. But real quick, before we talk about other stuff, I wanted to give a shout out today that we're doing this is 420, of course. And we actually had planned a specialized show where we're going to bring on a great guest, big fan of the show, Travis, Mr. Travis. And he actually works with a marijuana dispensary. I'm just getting his information correctly for
this
THC.
Is what we see.
Look, everybody can see. Everybody can
sorry,
see
guys.
how you do it normally.
I apologize. Well, no, normally you'll see. Hold on. Yeah, so anyway, so he works with THC of Olympia, first medical dispensary in Thirst County in Washington State. Fantastic guy, fantastic fan of the show. For those of you in the St. Pete area, he's also a former guitarist of the legendary band Crossbreed.
Oh, Crossbreed.
Yeah. Why can't I breathe? Why can't I breathe? One more time. Anyways, or When You're Underlined. Just saying, another great song of mine, favorite of mine personally of that band. But anyways, to digress. So he was going to be on the show. We look to still have him on the show. So if you guys are ever in the Olympia area, go ahead and give him a shout out. Great guy, fantastic, and he has some great views on medical marijuana that we're hoping to really dive into. And hopefully we can do that on a later show, talking about also marijuana in the films. But also, where can we find other stuff going on about us? Adam, Allison, I know you guys have been hard at work at some stuff.
Yeah, we're painstakingly building a website because both of us don't know what we're doing. So it's taken a long time.
They won't let me touch it, folks. Yeah.
Or the website.
I mean, or the website.
We've also started, and I'll share this because this is a video conference. We've started a YouTube channel for stuff like this, or we're going to start doing video reviews as the quarantine keeps going on. So we're going to keep this going. I will make these also audio so we can keep our streams alive. And that's about it. We're still on Instagram at Cinemadness Podcast. We're still on Facebook at Cinemadness, and Cinemadness P on Twitter. As Roman says, you can't think of P without Cinemadness. And we have a summer blockbuster tournament going on right now.
Yeah. Why Gladiator got any points over Jaws is still mind-boggling to me, Roman. But okay.
Well, if you really want me to go into that, we can. With 2 seconds. But I wrote I drew a quick picture of Adam. Yep. So when I'm thinking of them, this is the first image that comes to mind, folks. Yeah. Wow, it's an eerie resemblance. Yeah, there you go. But no. Real quick, 2 seconds. Why Gladiator over Jaws is just purely what I represent, what it represents to me as a summer blockbuster. I wasn't around for Jaws for the summer. I don't think of it synonymous as a summer blockbuster as I do Gladiator. That's my 2 cents, and that's how I feel.
You do know Jaws created the summer blockbuster, right?
Yes, I'm aware of it. But you know what? I also realized that Jaws was probably going to win, so it's kind of like me voting Libertarian or Green Party. You know what? I realized someone else is going to win, but might as well just throw some love to somebody else.
I mean, I'm not upset. Ridley Scott versus Steven Spielberg, those are my 2 heroes, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah. Okay, no problem.
Okay.
Anything else going on? Real quick, I saw that our boy, oh my God, he played Bane, and his name eludes me.
Hardy?
Tom Hardy?
Yeah, he's going to be playing Capone. That should be interesting. He has some acting chops, so that should be good. Any quick thoughts? Movies coming up or movie news?
Nope, but I'll go for next week.
Okay, all right. Well, then we will be in touch next week. I think that's all we got. Of course, thank you very much for tuning in, folks. Adam, Allison, I'll let you guys take us away, sincerely, as I just... Oh, real quick. Oh, wait. Where'd it go? Real quick, a quandary. For those of you who are Godzilla fans, this is Gorgon. So he's in one of the Godzilla movies. Now hang in there with me. I asked my fellow co-worker or cohorts to kind of try to figure out where they came up with the design. Me personally, I think it came up from a guy who had a bondage fetish, or maybe he, something like that, and he just put like a eagle head on like his favorite fantasy from like a Nightmare on Elm Street 2, the teacher in the bathroom. Personally, maybe that's where it came from. I don't know. If you guys come up with any funny things, please jump on our Facebook page or our Twitter or our Instagram and let us know your theories behind it or anything else. That's all I got, my 2 cents.
That's weird. I've been talking about Nightmare on Elm Street 2 online a lot recently.
Mm-hmm. That says a lot about you. But anyways, please continue.
No, I'm just saying that was funny that you brought it up like that.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Oh, something else real quick. I was trying to join a club on Facebook called the 80s Slasher, fans of 80s Slasher films. And I kind of, as a joke, said, why isn't Predator considered 80s Slasher?
Oh my God, you got destroyed on that.
killed.
Oh,
You got
man,
killed on that.
Oh, man. I got ripped. Like,
You
seriously.
did.
And some of them were intelligent reasons. Some of them weren't. It reminded me so much of just hanging out at like a sports bar saying, well, I think Willie Mays is the greatest baseball player of all time, and some of the replies. And for the record, I didn't mean that sincerely. It was kind of more bottom line tongue, and people just, yeah. The moral of the story is, kids, don't mess with huge fandoms, or they will rip you a new one and make it easy for your proctologist.
Especially during a quarantine, because that's all they want to do is argue with you. I've left a lot of groups out from recently.
Speaking of slashers, Adam, you need to do American Horror Story.
Oh, I do. Now that it's on Hulu.
Yep.
Yep.
Whoa.
Okay.
Oh, all right. Well, that's it for us, I believe, folks.
Yes.
Madam Alison, you want to take us away?
Wash your hands. Oh, next time I'm going to wear my mask so everybody can see how cool my mask is.
Oh, yeah, you'll fit in with everybody else.
I don't know what that means.
I don't know what that means either.
It seems very trendy. People are taking selfies of them with wearing their
I'm not
masks.
taking selfies of nothing.
Oh my God. All right.
Cool.
It's the new duck face.
I'm saying bye.
Bye, guys. Please be safe. I miss you guys sincerely. I
Miss
can't
you
wait
too.
to be less than like 6 feet from you. Some more than others, Adam. Hi.
I'm sorry, it's court ordered.